What is going down, my YouTube family? It is your boy Zary from the XMG. We are here tonight to talk a little Raid Shadow Legends, and I shot this video this morning, had it uploaded, and the more I watched it, the more I felt I was doing things out of order. I was going to make a video about that guy right back there, Galek. He is one of the starter characters, but when I'm going over like the characters, I'm like, oh, they're good here, they're good for this, they're not good for this. You might not know what it means. So if you're a newer player and people are starting to dabble in Raid Shadow Legends and they're DMing me stuff, and it's really neat. So I felt it would be a good idea to break down the game modes so if I say they're good in Fire Knight, you know what Fire Knight is. So we're going to just do a quick overview of the game modes. So let's jump into that. Alright, here we are in Raid Shadow Legends, and I've been plugging along on this account, and I have enough gems now to start a clan. People have been asking me about a clan, so I will probably do that tomorrow. I have to let the clan leader know I will be leaving, and he's a good friend of mine, so I want to make sure I give him the respect to do that. And I want to claim my clan boss rewards, so look for that tomorrow, and I'll put it up in the Discord. In my Discord, we've also made a Raid Shadow Legends channel, thanks to my main man, Boss. So when I start talking about these games, there's a couple things you need to know, right? Down here in your battles tab, we have campaigns, dungeons, faction wars, arena, and clan boss. Doom Tower is coming soon. Now, arena, we're just going to start there because arena is arena, right? Arena is you make a team composition based on the characters you have, and that's going to be a whole different story. And you go in and fight. Like, we'll refresh here, and I'll take you in again versus this team. I have a speed lead, I have a speed up character, I have an AoE nuker, and then I have a reduce cooldowns in Basher. And you can kind of just see how it plays out. Now, you can auto a lot of things in this game, or you can play them manually. So I put my speed up, then I come through and I try to knock back turn meter. And then I AoE down, increase cooldowns. That was a weaker team, but I just wanted to show you. So that's kind of arena. You build team comps based on what you have. You primarily see speed leads. There's defensive comps, unkillable comps, counter comps. So that is the classic arena. Then there is tag team 3v3 arena, where you go in and you make 3 teams and you do the same thing that you just did in Classic Arena, and that's Tag Team Arena. Classic Arena, at the end of each week, it's like a season, and you get rewards. You get a chest on where you're ranked, and then for the Tag Team Arena, they have what they call the Bazaar, and you earn gold bars, and you can buy ancient shards, chickens, and as you go up to silver level, things like that, you get more and more unlocked. There is a legendary character in there, and some energy, and I'm just hoarding right now, just kind of seeing what I can get there. Now, a big part of this game is the clan boss. You get a lot of rewards from the clan boss. And the clan boss is, we're going to go in, we're going to do a run, and I'll show you how I set up mine. When you first start the game, if you're in a clan, you're probably just going to attack the easy. You're going to put your best characters in there and just hope for the best. Now, when you go for clan boss in later stages, poison is a big deal. Defense down, decrease attack. And there's an unkillable team, which I don't have on either of my accounts. And what you really want to strive for is poisoners and heavy damage dealers, and just pump out as much damage as you possibly can, and you'll see what I mean. Now, I put in my 2 keys here, and these are your keys. They refresh every 8 hours. And here are your perks. If you get so much damage, you get the Guardian Chest. And if you kill the clan boss, you get the chest times 2. So that's kind of how that works. So I'm not really strong enough for Brutal. I can only get to the first chest in Brutal. So we're just going to jump into Normal. And I'll go over my team here. Now I have Frozen Banshee. Frozen Banshee puts up poisons. She has an accuracy lead, which I need right now to make sure my poisons stick. She has a poison sensitivity debuff, which increases the damage from poison. I have Kale. He's a starter character. He does pretty good damage, but he does poison, so that's why I have him on my team. I have Juliana on my team. Juliana does pretty decent damage, but she can put HP burn, which is like a debuff that goes after their maximum health. And she can also apply poisons. Then I have Vrask. Vrask is my healer, essentially, for this team. Does pretty decent damage. And he heals when he crits. A percentage of that goes back to heals for the team, so it helps me survive longer. And then we have Coffin Smasher, who puts decreased attack down. Now, I don't have a decreased defense champion, but I would primarily want to put that decreased defense onto the clan boss so you can get more turns, or more damage, I should say. So we're going to jump in, and I'm just going to kind of show you what a clan boss fight looks like. Now, I put mine on auto, and you see, you just keep going, and you do your damage is up here in the corner. And right now we got some poison sensitivity, we got some HP burn, and we just continue to attack. And like I said, when you first start, you're just going to try to put together pretty much the best team you have and go in with brute force and try to get as many points as you can. But what you look for in clan boss people are people who could give buffs. You look for people who could resurrect. Counter-attack champions are good in clan boss. Poisoners are great. Decrease attack and decrease defense are amazing. So we still haven't hit that decrease attack yet, because I don't have the best gear in the world. So as I continue to grind out gear, this is where I go. And there we go. We just got a decrease attack from Coffin Smasher. And I don't have masteries on everybody. You know, I still got some level 50s in here. And I'm working on 6-starring them to get the most out of my clan boss team, because you can get shards out of there, you can get gear out of there, you get potions, you get all sorts of stuff. So it's beneficial. Silver. So this is the clan boss. You just let it run and run. And, you know, my fights usually last about 3 to 4 minutes. And on normal, I think I usually get right around 9-10 million. If everything falls right, depending on my decrease attacks. And the clan boss continuously gets stronger and stronger as the rounds go through. So the more rounds you get, the harder it is to stay alive. So that's where your resurrectors come in. And, you know, a dispeller, so they can take off those stuns or poisons he'll put on you, things like that. So I think he does poisons. I can't remember. Yeah, there it is, poisons. See, but there's Vrask. He goes in, and he's critting, and he's healing as he crits, so he just helps my overall survivability. He's not really the best for clan boss at this point, but I could put in maybe like an apothecary to speed my team up, potentially. But as of right now, Vrask does some pretty solid damage, and he heals the team. So we're just going to kind of let this go, and I'll come back when it's done, and I'll show you the final results. So here's my run. 12.63 million, took about 5 minutes, and you can kind of see the damage. Frozen Banshee, almost 2 million, or a little bit above 1 million. Kale, about 4.5. Coffin Smasher doesn't do a lot of damage. I don't have his mastery on there, but he's not there for damage. He's there to put that attack down. Juliana with her poisons, 3.3, and then Vrask with 3 million, just healing. And I do have masteries on Vrask, so that does help. But that's basically how the clan boss works and what you're kind of looking for. And if people want to see it, or they want to know more about it, I can obviously make more guides and things like that on the clan boss, but this is just a quick overview. Now, the next part up is Faction Wars. Faction Wars is where you take the factions of the game, and you have to progress through a campaign all the way through 21. And then there is Lydia the Death Siren. The only way you can get her, you can't get her in any shards, is by completing 3-starring every level of every single faction war. So I'm nowhere close to that. So, you know, Sacred Order here. We can go in and I'll show you just a quick battle. It's kind of just like PvP, but you take in your Sacred Order team. Anybody from the Sacred Order. Right now I have a speed lead with Canos. I can't pronounce her name. Then I have Dracanos. Oh, another starter champion in Aethel. Mother Superior. And then obviously Juliana. Right now they're just my strongest. And eventually you're going to build a team comp for what you're looking for. You want like crowd control because you fight waves. So we'll jump into one of those just so you can kind of see what it looks like. And I just let it go on auto. And, you know, you're just looking for crowd control, essentially. Healers, damagers, people who can put out buffs, debuffs, and it's all based on your team comp because this is a gacha, true gacha game, not a shard collector. You can't go after who you want and get them unless they're like in a fusion. So this, you kind of just put together your best characters, and you know, right now I'm still focused on gearing up my clan boss and all that. And as you get more and more 6 stars, it's easier to get more and more 6 stars. So for now, we just continue to kind of grind it out. And you get X amount of keys per day to use. And these give you glyphs, which add stats to your gear. You know, like if your gear has speed on it, you can put a glyph on to get more speed. So it's a way you can kind of like, what I've been doing with them is if I need a guy with accuracy and I just haven't hit as much accuracy, I'll put an accuracy glyph on to try to get more and more stats. Or if I want that guy to go faster so I can speed tune my teams, that's what I do. So we just got a haste glyph, so it slightly increases speed on your artifacts, and then these are used in the forge, but that's kind of how it works. And as you go through and do them, you get rewards for each amount of stars you get. So I'll finish that up off camera. Now we have dungeons, okay? We have potion keeps. There's 4 potion keeps and they rotate per day. There isn't a day like where everything is open. The arcane keep is open every single day. Void keep obviously is for your void characters, and this is how you ascend characters. And if you're unsure about that, you go to your tavern and you click ascend. And let's say we wanted to ascend Mausoleum Mage. These are the potions we would need. Now you can mix potions, so you can take lower grade potions with 10 of them and make one of a higher grade potion. But it does cost silver, and it's kind of a waste of silver, but I've done it multiple times because it just speeds up the farming process. So when those are open to ascend your characters, you get in there, you farm the potions, you ascend them up. Now there's 5 other dungeons that drop different things. The Minotaur Labyrinth is for your masteries. You go in there, you fight in Minotaur's Labyrinth, and you unlock scrolls to unlock your masteries, which is a whole nother topic in of itself. Now, Ice Golem's Peak. Ice Golem's Peak has different affinities for each one, and it drops life gear, offense, defense, crit rate, resistance, retaliation, reflection, cursed, and taunting gear. Only a few of those are good, but this one here, he is an Ice Golem. He can freeze you, so a Dispeller would be kind of good. And wave crowd control to get to him. And then he revives the ads as he goes. So I'm just going to jump into a quick one so it doesn't take forever in a day. And we'll just take in this team here. And we're going to blow through this pretty quickly, but you can kind of just see the mechanics behind Ice Golem. And certain people are built just for Ice Golem. And you gear them up and you work on them to progress further in Ice Golem. So here's the boss, and there is his ads. And what he's going to do is he's going to revive his ads. He would do attacks. And this is a lower level dungeon for me. So we're going to blow through this pretty quickly. And we just beat him, and we got a 4-star crit rate shield. Defense, resistance, defense, and crit rate. I'm going to go ahead and sell that. So that is kind of the Ice Golem Peak in a nutshell. Spider's Den. Spider's Den is the only place in the game besides like chest rewards, you know, if you hit certain tournament rewards or your daily logins where you can get banners, rings, and amulets. What the spider does is he constantly drops down spiderlings, and then he can eat them to bring back his life, and it is a long, boring fight. So we're just going to go into stage 6 here so I can just show you what you want for this is pretty solid damage dealers. You want AoE attackers so you can clear out those spiderlings, and if you have a cleanser or something like that, that would be helpful as well. Now there isn't waves in this one. You just start right with the boss, but as you can see, he drops the spiderlings down, and you're charged with clearing them out. So that's why you have your AoE characters, because they can attack you and put on poisons. So that's why I bring in some AoE damage dealers. I have Apothecary in here to speed up my team, give me some heals. And you just kind of let it run. And like I said, this is an easier run for me. I'm about 8 stages higher than this right now. And the higher levels you get, the better star level gear it drops. So, and there you go. We got a 3-star ring for the Skinwalkers. HP, defense, and attack. We're going to sell that. But that is Spider's Den. Next one up on the list is Dragon's Lair. Now, Dragon's Lair is, there's waves like that of Ice Golem in the beginning. Then you have the dragon. Now, the dragon will put on a whole bunch of debuffs. He'll breathe fire all over you. And then he does like this suck-in ability where he's going to do massive damage. And you got to get him knocked down before that. So you really need heavy damage dealers. And in here, it drops accuracy, speed, lifesteal, destroy, toxic frost, daze, avenge, and stalwart gear. So a little better gear in dragon. And we're just going to jump into stage 6, and we'll take in this team here, and you can just see how the mechanics roll. And you know, this is why I like this game, because theory crafted and making the teams based on the characters you got. It also gives you, you know, a whole bunch of different. I like the games where you have to use a lot of your characters, and this forces you to use different characters. I don't even. Oh, see, there he goes. He didn't even get to the breathe in move, but he would breathe in and that bar turns purple and you have to knock him down. I'll see if I can show you a little higher level one of that so you can see the mechanic. We'll go to stage 11. And like I said, I'm still kind of learning this game, so I'm probably making mistakes or not bringing in the best characters. But that's what I like about this game, is that I can figure it out as I go. And I'm not hurting anybody but myself by figuring it out. So that's what I do. Once we get rid of this immunity on this person, I forgot. Alright, on to the dragon. So we go to the dragon. Poison is also big for the dragon. Like that at clan boss. See this purple bar? Now when I get that purple bar knocked down, he'll drop back down. If I didn't, he does an even stronger attack. So obviously the higher levels you get, that purple bar stays even higher than it is. So, and you see all the debuffs he puts on. That's why it's important that you, if you have somebody who can cleanse that fits into your team comp, you put him in there. Right now I'm working on leveling up my Doom Priest, so that'll help out. And we got some Daze boots, speed boots, accuracy, and attack. So I'll keep those. They're speed boots. Speed boots are hard to come by for me anyways. So that is the Dragon's Lair. And then there's the Fire Knight's Castle. Fire Knight is one of the harder ones to build. You need multiple attackers. There's some waves to get to him. And then what he has is like a shield. And then you have to hit the shield 10 times, I believe it is. And then he opens up the shield where you can do damage to him. It's kind of like the dragon in Dragon Champions at the end of the raid, where he puts up like a stone skin and you don't do as much damage. Essentially the same process, so double hitters on this level are big. And let's just do stage 8, and we'll just take in this team and see how we do. So, you know, you have your crowd control to even get to the boss. So we'll just blow through these people. And if you manually played it, it might be a faster run because the AI is not very good in this game, but most of the time you want to get to the point where you can auto things. See, and we have 9 turns for him to remove his shield. Double attack from Juliana. Double attack here. Now we're back to 10. Puts a speed decrease on us. So you can see Dispeller here would be big. If I had other multiple attackers, that would really, really help me out. And then you want to have it kind of speed tuned to where you can get that down, and then your big hitters come in and take down his damage. So that's kind of how you want to do a team for Fire Knight. I am by no means an expert on it, but like I said, I'm learning as I go. So here we got the shield down, big hit came in, and we won a curing set. Attack, resistance. I don't really care for curing as a set as a whole, so I get rid of that. But that is the dungeons. So that there is the dungeons, and now we're going to move on to campaigns, because you need a campaign farmer. And what you do with a campaign farmer is you have one character, like Cal is my campaign farmer because he has a couple of AoEs. On my other account I have Bellaware, and he does all AoE moves. And you put in, champions or food that you want to level up, and you just let it run. So like here, we're going to put in these two guys. We hit start, and your point is you just try to get through it as fast as you possibly can. My runs are anywhere between, depending on the AI uses his moves, anywhere between 17 and 30 seconds. My Bellaware on my other account can get through it in 7 seconds. 8 seconds. So you just let it play out. There it is. We get some levels for our characters, and that's how you grind up your characters. So when I refer to a campaign farmer, it's the one person you put here, and you just let them grind out XP for your food characters. So my YouTube family, there's kind of like the breakdown of game mode. So I felt this was super important so you could understand when I start talking about starter champions and where they're good and where they're not. You could start to maybe understand it a little bit more. And if you're going to jump in, I will post in my Discord, link in the description down below, for when I get the clan up and running. So everybody's welcome. Just come on in and be active, and we'll go from there. So that's what I got for everybody tonight on Raid Shadow Legends. So I will see you all in the next one. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're just finding me for the first time. XMG family members out there, I love you. See you in the next one. I'm out.